Look, delighted to be here. And as you said, I'm with TitanHQ, Irish company for sure, but with a global presence. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about our company, TitanHQ. We're a cloud security vendor, and we design our products for small to medium-sized businesses predominantly. They're designed to be delivered through the managed service provider channel. So I've been at TitanHQ probably for too long. I'm a bit of an IT dinosaur in that I've been here 10 years. Last 2 or 3, but I think the company's been around for about 20, but the last 7 or 8 years have been really interesting in that we started to receive phone calls from a cohort 7 or 8 years ago that were starting to identify themselves as managed service providers. We weren't really familiar with them, didn't really understand them, but as we spoke to them, we started to understand that their needs were very different. We did sell to SMBs at the time, but the requirements for managed service providers were very different. First of all, we found out in short order that these were the real pioneers behind the cloudification, if you like, of the IT space. We were still in the hosted exchange world in terms of email, but these guys were talking to us. They wanted us to host everything. They wanted us to make sure that it was highly available and resilient if it was in our data center. They wanted to make sure that we supported multi-tenancy, white labeling, and a whole host of other things. And we started to listen. We saw the opportunity. We really liked where they were going. We saw a future there for our company. And delighted to say that, a number of years later, as it was 7 or 8 years on, we've actually built quite a robust organization around the services that we deliver to MSPs. So today, TitanHQ, as Kevin said, is headquartered in the west coast of Ireland, but over 55% of our customers and of our business is based in the United States. So we've always had a very strong emphasis on the United States. And of the 5,500 customers that we've built up over that period of time, over 2,000 of them are technology partners and specifically MSPs. So on the one end of the spectrum, we do deal with large telcos who are also service providers in their own right. So the likes of Lumen, T-Mobile, Virgin Media over this part of the world, as well as a host of others, are customer of ours. But the vast majority of those technology partners are MSPs, and it's something that we're really proud of. We do have a presence in Tampa in Florida, and we're just about to open an office in the northeast of the United States as well in the coming weeks, so stay tuned there. In terms of the problems that we solve, there's really no mystique around this. There's 2 areas that we cover currently. One is email security. Been around for a long time. I can't imagine there's an MSP on this call that doesn't use email security and depends on it heavily, because as a threat vector, it's still one of the most prominent, if not the most prominent threat vector. So still, and I suppose the attacks are getting more sophisticated, and rather than email security getting more simple, it's become more complicated over the years. So we have a host of products around email security, and Spam Titan in particular is our platform for email security. It has all of the features that you'd expect in there. But we also have another couple of products around email as well that kind of fall into the same area. One is an email archiving product. As distinct from online backup, email archiving gives you very robust searching and in terms of locating your email and identifying it. And we also have an encryption product. So we do a whole lot of business around email security, which is absolutely core to the MSP world. And like I said, with 2,000 partners there, all using our email products. Another area we focus on is DNS protection or web security. And this journey started for us in the whole proxy world. So we had a virtual appliance that was a proxy. And again, we found talking to managed service providers very quickly that proxies just weren't going to work. They wanted it to be cloud-based. Proxies couldn't really do that because it just got too expensive for the traffic. So in looking for that, we looked at the DNS side of things and saw it as something that could scale very quickly, very robust, didn't have quite the same amount of functionality as a proxy had. But then again, small to medium-sized businesses were probably over delivered, in terms of security products that they were using from a proxy perspective. So DNS security, not quite content filtering, it can kind of do that, but in terms of network security has become really important over in recent years. So WebTitan is the platform that we use for that, and again, very robust products used by everything from telcos to a lot of our MSPs around the globe. The other thing I'm delighted to announce here, there's no slide on it because it's just fresh off the press, and we'll be making a bigger announcement on it on Monday or Tuesday or early next week. But we just made an acquisition as a company, and we're now about to go into the whole space of cyber training and awareness. Something that we're really excited about because there's big demand for those products out there. We do phishing simulation within that, but I think what's unique about it is that we can also attach security policies to it. So if you want to avoid your end users going to certain sites or to certain locations, for example, a Dropbox, we can trigger within the training module that somebody's gone somewhere they shouldn't have, and direct them to an appropriate training module. So quite different to some of the other products that are out there, and an extension of it, if anything. The next thing is always the thing I get asked by you guys whenever I meet you guys, and it's the question of, yeah, I got those products already. Why would I come and talk to TitanHQ? So there's a couple of things I suppose that we would see ourselves as distinct from other people. Number one is that we really feel we get MSPs. So a lot of the functionality, as I said, within the product is purpose built for you guys. In particular, our platforms are easy to deploy, and because they're cloud-based, it means that they're effective immediately. We swapped out, platforms and replaced them with ours within days and hours in some case. So really very quick to deploy. As I said earlier, quite robust platforms. They've got everything you'd expect to see in there. And the third point is something that's really important for managed service providers, and that's that we're very technically hands-on. So from the sales guys that you'll meet to the engineers that you meet and the support that you get throughout your time with TitanHQ, you'll meet very technically adept people along the way. We put them in touch with you. It's very easy for you as a partner to escalate through our support processes and make sure that you get to the appropriate skill level. Lastly, from the perspective of why people would come to us, is that our commerce is all based around MSPs making more margin from our products and from our platforms. It's something that we take pride in, and we work hard to make sure that our products are very attractive to the MSP community. In terms of peer validation, nobody better than MSPs to give you their opinion on how good or bad you are. We have a whole ton of MSPs that give us quotes, and you'll see them on our website. But I'd encourage everybody to go to the other peer websites that are out there, like the G2 and other sites that are out there that compare technologies, and just look for yourself as to where TitanHQ featured there. I hear my ding coming there. Obviously, we'd love to have a conversation with all of you and attract you into our breakout room. And to do that, again, understanding MSPs, we figured nothing better to attract you in there than a good old box of swag. So for anybody who enters the breakout room and books a demo with us for any one of our products, we'll automatically send you a box of TitanHQ swag. On top of that, the guys kind of stole my thunder already, but hey, here it is. We'll also enter you into a draw for a week, for about 5 days for 2 people to come to Ireland and spend, 4 days in Ireland to the value of about $5,000. That's designed for either you and your partner or your loved one to come with you, or alternatively for you to give it to one of your techs on your team. Give them a break, get them over to Ireland, because we appreciate how hard they work for you guys, and how you appreciate them. So that's me. That's me done. I appreciate the time, and yeah, we'd love to see you come on to the breakout room. So over to you, Matt. Thanks.